A shocking new revelation. Pay close attention to this.
It is quite shocking what we have been able to glean based on what Judge Cannon has released.
Newly released court documents revealing shocking details about the FBI's August 2022 raid on Mar-a-Lago.
If you turned on Fox News in the past 24 hours, odds are you heard that there is a shocking new revelation that just came out of some newly unsealed court filings in Donald Trump's classified documents case. Today, one of Trump's co-defendants in that case, his body man, Walt Nauta, was in court trying to get the case tossed out, which wasn't all that shocking. What was shocking were the two never-before-seen photos we got from one of the newly unsealed filings showing Walt Nauta moving boxes all around Mar-a-Lago. But that wasn't the revelation that shocked Fox News. No. These newly unsealed filings also contain the revelation that classified documents were found in Donald Trump's bedroom 4 months after the FBI searched Mar-a-Lago. But again, nothing from Fox News on that revelation. Instead, the revelation that shocked Fox News was this.
Biden's politicized Attorney General Merrick Garland at Joe Biden's weaponized DOJ actually authorized, get this, the use of deadly force during that August 2022 raid at Mar-a-Lago.
Now, the issue here is that this is not true. The language in the Mar-a-Lago search warrant was boilerplates, words used in every FBI search warrant. It wasn't slipped in by the Department of Justice for this one search. But yesterday, after these filings were unsealed, here was the fundraising email Donald Trump sent his followers. It's just been revealed that Biden's DOJ was authorized to use deadly force for their despicable raid in Mar-a-Lago. You know they're just itching to do the unthinkable. Joe Biden was locked and loaded, ready to take me out. Reality would suggest otherwise. The FBI used kid gloves when they searched Mar-a-Lago. The agency informed the Secret Service in advance of its search. They used plainclothes officers to spare Trump as much embarrassment as possible. And crucially, they planned this search for when they knew Trump was in New York, more than 1,000 miles away. Despite all of those facts, right-wing media is picking up this lie that Joe Biden wanted to kill Donald Trump down at Mar-a-Lago, and they are running with it.
This was an attempted assassination attempt on Donald John Trump.
Why was Merrick Garland prepping for a possible, shootout? Why did agents roll up, guns at the ready?
Maybe they wanted the engagement of physical force.
Deadly force. Does that mean that Joe Biden was authorizing the FBI to if it came to that and he resisted arrest, it would be okay to kill Donald Trump?
It's not just right-wing media that's pushing this lie. Congressman Paul Gosar tweeted, Biden ordered the hit on Trump at Mar-a-Lago. Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene tweeted, the Biden DOJ and FBI were planning to assassinate President Trump and gave the green light. President Biden was not trying to kill his political rival. But you know who doesn't think that's a bad idea? Donald Trump. His lawyers literally argued before the Supreme Court that as president, Donald Trump should be allowed to assassinate his political rivals. And where was the right-wing shock then? Here was Senator Chuck Schumer on the floor of the Senate today.
What Donald Trump said, falsely suggesting his political opponents are out to kill him, is beyond the pale and is the stuff that leads to political violence. Everyone who was here on January 6th should immediately see what he's doing, what Donald Trump is doing, using conspiracy theories to spin the hard right into a frenzy. This is how people get killed, how the seeds of political violence are sowed, and how people lose faith in this democracy. Donald Trump has no regard for that.
Joining me now is Congressman Dan Goldman, Democrat of New York. He served as, of course, lead counsel in Trump's first impeachment. Congressman, it's great to see you. Thank you for being here tonight. I first want to just get your reaction to a video that Trump released earlier today accusing Joe Biden of being, quote, the real threat to our democracy. What do you make of that?
Well, look, I think Donald Trump and his Republican minions in the House consistently project and accuse Democrats of doing exactly what they are doing. There's, of course, no evidence that Joe Biden has done anything anti-democratic, anything to abuse the rule of law, abuse our criminal justice system. In fact, that is what Donald Trump has done and has promised to do in the future. So this is a way that Donald Trump tries to normalize authoritarian and fascist rhetoric so that it becomes accepted within at least the far right public and even beyond that to some degree. And it is completely unacceptable and it must be rejected. And the problem, Alex, is that there are no Republicans who are speaking out and saying that this is unacceptable. And this is how Nazi Germany became Nazi Germany, is that no one spoke out. And at some point, we are going to need Republicans, because we Democrats can say it all day long. Donald Trump doesn't care. It's actually, he probably thinks it's to his advantage. But we're going to need Republicans to call out this completely unacceptable, anti-democratic, authoritarian rhetoric and say that this is just not what happens in this country. Whether or not you have policies I like or don't like, we are not going to go down this road. But no one will do that.
I am, you mentioned that, and we just played some tweets from Marjorie Taylor Greene and Paul Gosar, who responded to this crazy, paranoid conspiracy so quickly. And I was really struck by the metabolism now between the sort of far-right fringy theories and the way those just circulate through the conservative bloodstream so rapidly, faster than it feels like ever before. Not only are Republicans not speaking out about it, they are adopting this as gospel in a matter of minutes, hours. Can you talk a little bit about the way this stuff has made its way into the halls of Congress within a 24-hour period?
Well, look, Marjorie Taylor Greene and her QAnon views would have been completely laughed out of Congress in 2018. Now she is mainstream Republican at this point. And she and Paul Gosar, who have crazy extremist, racist, anti-Semitic beliefs, are now credited as being legitimate MAGA Republicans because Donald Trump has adopted them for his own political expediency. But we cannot move the spectrum to the point where Marjorie Taylor Greene and Paul Gosar become normalized. And they're not normalized just simply because they support Donald Trump. But that is where this Republican Party is, and that is why it is so dangerous. Now, what they say has no relationship to the facts of anything, but they have a pulpit and they have increasing amounts of power in this Congress. And in a mere 6 years, Marjorie Taylor Greene has emerged as the face of the Republican Party. And that should scare everyone, whether you're Republican or Democrat.
Yeah, and it's not just the sort of domestic concern over all of this. There's also a geopolitical concern. Moscow, the Kremlin propaganda machine, has picked up on this and is having a field day with this. We had their headlines: FBI planned to kill Donald Trump, details revealed in the USA. I mean, this is playing directly into Vladimir Putin's hands, Congressman.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, if she's not getting paid for being a Russian agent, she's missing out on money. Because it is so clear that she is parroting Russian propaganda on the House floor in the Congress of the United States. And you don't have to take my word for it, Alex. You have the chairman of the House Foreign Affairs Committee and the House Intelligence Committee, Republicans, who are saying the same thing. And what people do not seem to understand is that Marjorie Taylor Greene is simply moving the Overton window. She's moving the rhetoric so far to allow for Donald Trump to come behind her. But they are simpatico echo. They are hand in glove right now. And there's no question that Donald Trump has visions, as we saw from his video with the Unified Reich, which was a completely knowing and intentional inclusion in that video. Let's be real here. He is paving the way to become a Vladimir Putin or to become an Adolf Hitler or a Kim Jong-un. That's what he wants to be. And all of this is in the lead up to paving the way for him to win this election and then to take over this country and literally to eliminate the democracy that we know.